Pat scoring in a lot of different ways today. Pretty good offensively.
Yeah, and I thought the second day in a row, really for 4 games in a row for us, that we just looked really good at the plate, and they're a team that I think sometimes can be hard to figure out, on the mound, because they really mix their pitches, and it's not your traditional when they're behind they throw fastballs, when they're ahead they throw breaking balls. Both starters, Lipscomb last night and Camp today, threw sliders just about in any count, but had enough fastball to beat you. But we look comfortable in the box. We just look throughout the lineup, and just not from a handful of guys, but from a lot of guys. A lot of good swings, a lot of good at bats.
Mike, have y'all been more intentional in this series about starting runners and manufacturing doing things on bases? It looked like that, I guess, more last night. Is that something y'all discussed?
We talked about it, coming back from Alabama, and sometimes when you're not scoring and the base runners are so precious, you tend to be conservative. And I thought we were a little too conservative, and we talked about it, Coach Clement and I, and then we got to push the envelope a little more. We thought we would run at the beginning of the year. If you remember the press conferences, and that hasn't been the case. But so we need to get back to trying to steal some bases and hit and run and some bunts and start runners. When we're deep in accounts, and I think that started back on Tuesday in Memphis.
David was really sharp today.
Yeah, he was. Third week in a row, and Keith just asked when you did that, made that change 3 weeks ago. I guess that's what you hope for, and yeah, no doubt. I mean, you hope the change was made because we needed somebody to give us a lift and somebody to give us an opportunity to win on Saturday. And it seemed like we were always kind of swimming upstream, and just seemed like we always would give up some runs and kind of fall behind. But he's been terrific, and today he's got 4 walks. It wasn't the prettiest line, but when you look at the end of the day, it's only 2 runs through 6, and proud. He's good. He's got 3 pitches, and today he's able to make some pitches, even though they got some hits and he walked some people. Seemed like he always made the pitch to get out of the inning.
Connor Green looks like he continues to take some steps,
and it really kind of a shame, and it's really kind of a personal. You say that because of the 2 runs. He put Stokes in, and he ends up giving up the 2 runs. But the truth of the matter is, he was lights out, and he did what we needed him to do. And we were really squeezing him probably a little more than we needed to, and thought he'd get through that inning. But you got to look at his outings, and that's basically what he's been. 1 or 2 inning guy for us. And left him out there for that 3rd inning, and he's about a pitch away from getting through it, but really was a lift that we needed, so we didn't have to go to Stokes and Short the last 3 innings. And Stokes gets, I think, 4 or 5 outs, 4 outs, I guess, to finish it, and so that was good. He was able to save the bullpen a little bit.
Looks like y'all have done a good job against pitching against Greer this series. It doesn't look like he's hurt y'all a whole lot. I mean, he's been on base a couple times and gotten some tough outs from him. What are your thoughts there?
He's good. You can tell he gets so many good swings off, and you got to make good pitches. You got to really mix with him if you stay into a pattern. He just I didn't think he'd handle the breaking ball and the off speed as well as he has, but you say that, so I kind of, I'd have to look at it. I don't know how many hits he's got, but I'll tell you, he's gotten a lot of good swings. We've been fortunate. We got him out. He's certainly probably the best guy we've faced all year.
Another clean game in the field. Also made some plays out there.
Yeah.
Sort of like what you're seeing as sort of the defense is coming together a little bit.
Yeah, I think exactly. I mean, it's one of the things that we've talked about that we could do, but at times this year we haven't. Times we've let it kind of blow up on us. We had an error last night, but that was on a pickoff by a pitcher, so we don't count those errors. So we've been pretty clean this week, and even I think into last weekend.
Are you expecting Sean to start tomorrow?
I am.
Okay.